Hello Wildcats, and welcome to this episode of Cooking with Dining Services. In this episode, I will be showing you my version of gumbo. I would like to give you a little bit of knowledge about roux, which we'll be using to thicken this soup, as we make it. Roux is made with equal parts of fat and flour. This roux I made with butter, which is common, though I've also seen it made with bacon fat and even olive oil. Start by melting the butter. Once melted, start adding the flour and whisk the two together. A big thing to remember is that you need to add hot roux to cold liquid and cold roux to hot liquid. So for this one, we will be putting the roux onto parchment to cool while we make the soup. For this soup, I like to have it a darker color. I'm going to cook the roux a little bit longer and give it more of a light brown color. This will aid in coloring the soup. When you take the roux to a darker color to aid the color of your soup or sauce, you lose some of its thickening abilities. In turn, you may need more roux than you think. Roux does keep for a while in an airtight container, refrigerated or at room temperature. Remember though, it is made from fat and will spoil after a while. Don't walk away from the roux and keep stirring occasionally to keep it from burning or sticking to the bottom and becoming unusable. The roux will have a roasted nut-like aroma and start to become light and brown in color. Remove it from the heat and pour onto a prepared parchment paper to cool for later. I'm quickly going to show you the prep for this soup. We will start with the onion. You will need 1 large onion. When dicing an onion, it's best to keep the root attached, holding your onion in place while you dice it. You're going to want all of your vegetables to be close to the same size. When cutting a pepper, to dice, chop off the top and the bottom. Slice the sides, cutting as close to the flesh of the pepper. You will want to keep as much of the white of the pepper out of your dish. The white of the pepper can be a little bit bitter. You will want these dices to be as close to the same size as your onion dices. Once again with the celery, you will want to be near the same size as both the onion and the pepper. Andouille is one of the items you will find in nearly every recipe for gumbo. I cut the links keeping in mind the best size to fit on a spoon. You obviously can cut them smaller if you would like, but I also wanted some volume to my soup. Now we are ready to start cooking. Toss your onions, peppers, celery, and some garlic in a hot oil pot. Sauté until they start to sweat. Add in raw chicken, sprinkle with salt and pepper, and allow to cook. Be sure to stir on occasion. Once your chicken is nearly fully cooked, add in the andouille and again some salt and pepper. I add a little salt and pepper as I build my dish to help develop the flavors. Allow the andouille to start to cook, letting its heat and flavors add to the rest of the dish. For this soup, I like to use lobster base and water. However, if you can't get your hands on lobster base, chicken base, or stock would work. The lobster base helps bring more of a seafood flavor to the gumbo. Once the soup starts to heat up, add in the baby shrimp, also known as salad shrimp. The lump crab meat should be added at this time also. Understand the crab meat will break apart as you finish cooking the dish. Once you have reached a boiling point, it's time to add the roux. One more important thing about roux is that you will need your dish to boil for a little bit to cook out the flour taste. You will want to taste it after a few minutes to see if you can still taste the flour, and at this time add any more salt and pepper or even some heat if you would like. I prefer to keep this dish a little on the lighter side of thickness because I like to serve it with rice. I hope you have enjoyed this dish and another video from Dining Services. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe and have fun in the kitchen.